virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub. I'm full of water. I stay hot tub. Stay hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub in the hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Chuck in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me sweat.
Yeah.
Chuck in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Yeah.
Well. Hey, you know.
It's hard to do that with donuts in your mouth.
It is.
That was good donuts,
It's
too.
good,
buddy.
too, yeah.
Donuts.
Yeah, the blueberry cake ones, baby. I'm talking good.
With the glazing on.
That's right.
Heavy glazing.
Heavy, that's right. So I've already taken a shot this morning so I can have one. But hey, listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
the way
that's a
the
good
news
idea.
is
Take a
going,
shot.
the only person I really have any faith in is the weatherman, and he's wrong half the time. So you know what I'm saying?
That's pretty sad. That's where we're at. Hey, we're going to be a communist country. Don't worry about it, man. Keep your guns. Get plenty of weapons. Hey, you hunters, make sure you load up on your ammo and your guns.
Find out where they're having a sale.
Yeah, you'll be hunting more than animals one day.
Yep.
All right, let's tell you what, man. It's great to be here live on a Wednesday morning. Tell you what, Josh came in yesterday, our county athletic
Oh,
director.
yeah, what a great guy he is. Yeah.
Well, he comes from, his dad was a coach, a legendary coach up in Alabama. I didn't know he had left the Birmingham area, gone to down in South Alabama. He's got about 7 more years to retire. But Josh reminds me of a young Tommy Santamont. Got that personality, got it really
Just
highly
didn't come from
intelligent.
Bluntstown. That's the only,
Well, I think
Birmingham, Bluntstown. I mean,
I think it's even better. They both start with B's.
That's right.
So I think it used to anyway. You start with B's. I don't know. That might offend somebody. Who knows? But Wildcat, what's going on, buddy? You feeling good this morning?
Feeling good. Got a busy day for you today.
Oh my God,
busy day for you
this
today.
is
We got
crazy,
Coach
man.
Brown coming up at 7:15.
Dr.
We got
Ward.
Dr. Ward coming up at 7:30, and then of course we've got Mark McLeod.
Is Brian out of town? I guess
Yeah, he's
out of town.
swimming to Europe. So,
I thought I can't keep up with his calendar.
I know. He's a busy
He's
man.
traveled so much.
He warned us last time he was
He
here
did.
that he was.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to be here.
Yeah.
See, I forgot
No, he
about
just
it.
said he was going to be busy. He didn't say whether he was going to be here.
He doesn't. He didn't say whether he don't like us getting in his business, but he can always make it to the afternoon or the morning show. The drive through.
Oh, he's been.
That's because he don't got to get out of bed early.
That's
He's
true.
been double teaming us, not just
Right.
So he's doing all of them now.
All of them now. Yeah, it's going to be
There's no loyalty left.
It's going to be the Brian Haddad hours.
Yeah. Can't trust them. Can't trust people. Anyway, we got Coach Brown from Bay High School versus Arnold. Huge football game this week. Not the only big game in town. You've got Rutherford versus Mosley. Coach Witten will be on with us Thursday. Looking forward to that. And then Friday we got Bozeman, your new head football coach, Coach Sweat. Looking forward to talking to him. So it's here, man. High school football is back. College football will be back with a big game Saturday with FSU and Georgia Tech. I saw the over-under in Georgia Tech was only 4.5 games. I think I would definitely pick the over. I think they got a good coach. I think they got a good little ball club. I think they're going to give Florida State a ball game for a while. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. Brian just texted he's watching us from the Beau Rivage.
Oh, okay. He's okay. I knew I cannot keep up with his
$20 on red on the roulette field.
His social scale. He's probably on business right now. I'm sure he's on business.
Not this early. He's probably having breakfast down there.
Yeah, but Brian, I didn't know you were 2-timing me. Actually, you're 3-timing me now. I knew David was in love with him.
Yeah.
Donna at
The dive.
J. Michaels.
Yeah. Oh, that Donna.
Donna J. Michaels, and now Ryan Movey.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I don't know, man.
It's hard to get good help,
You
isn't
just
it?
can't. They all leave you. You get them, you take them for a while, and they just leave.
Maybe he's in NIL and they're paying him more.
Well, let's don't go there. I don't want to talk about what we give people.
Going to make Coach start crying.
No, I tell you what, I came in there one day and got to visit with Ryan and Jay and all those guys, and we had a blast.
Happy
I enjoyed
birthday
coming
to Jay yesterday. Yeah, he's older.
It was Jay's birthday, we say?
Yesterday.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jay. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a great one today also.
Probably out there giving golf lessons.
He's good, man. The guy's incredible.
Beautiful day for some golf, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of cooled off. The air's
Feel
got
great this morning.
a little drier.
Yeah.
But, hey, be careful. They're creeping out there.
Who is?
About the beginning of September. Keep your eye to the sky. We might have something out there. Mike's weather. You got to keep up with Mike's weather, man.
Oh.
It's called Mike's weather. The guy's incredible.
Mike's weather.
He knows what he's doing. It's not like Glenn Manley in sports.
Not the Weather Channel, but Mike's
No,
weather.
you can't listen to Weather Channel. They get paid. It's Mike's weather is
out of
really
Atlanta
the real
anyway.
deal. Yeah. Atlanta's a communist city, I think. Yeah.
CNN, Weather Channel.
Oh, I thought maybe you could have
Headline
drones
news.
flying over looking at.
Hey, you know, Tuesday's a great deal for going to a movie. It's their cheap day. I didn't know that. We went, and it was like almost half price.
That reminds me of a question.
What?
Yesterday, I went on Netflix. Didn't even know I had it.
I didn't see it.
And yeah, it's
I
supposed
couldn't
to be-
find it.
And I was thinking, well, I'm going to have to text you to find out the title of the movie.
Well,
but
I
I
did the
still
same.
scanned through them and kind of like, okay, well, that's not
Recently
about football or
owned
sports.
and recently added. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I
find
didn't see it either.
Maybe somebody stole it.
Maybe somebody said, huh?
I'm not going to show
Maybe
this.
somebody
Let's keep
stole-
this off. We're
I
talking
just-
about the Michigan
I just
scandal.
got that terrible joke.
Just don't get Michigan Eating going again. Hey, also Brian said, well, the reason he's doing that is because he has more host days than you do. So, you know, I just want to let you. I just want to let you know.
And I'm starting to feel bad too. I think I'm getting cold or COVID or something. I'm going to need some help, man.
Can you be back by Friday, Brian?
Can you quit? Can you come home now, please? I hope his mother's doing well. And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
been struggling a little bit
Yeah, I hope
lately,
so,
so
too.
maybe
We
so they're
prayers
seeing
for
her.
her,
Yeah. But anyway, all right. What are we doing today? I have no idea. We got Dr. Ward at 7:30 talking about the Gators. We got Mark McLeod 8:30. We got Coach Brown and those Bay Tornadoes.
That's correct.
Oh, the siren's going to be going off at Tommy. Well, it's actually we're at Arnold.
for a special place.
Yeah, we're at Hale Stadium. I cannot wait. We're renaming that too.
That's a good go.
We got at Manley's practice field. We're going to Hale Stadium
Well,
over there.
we're going to have to kill you first so you can be. But you know,
Well, hell, the
is
guy,
it true?
the guy they named after, he's still alive.
I know, and he left town.
He stayed 1 year and left.
Don't be naming stadiums after me. I'm out of here.
I can tell you the story behind that and why that really got happened. That's
Listen,
right.
is it true that at the coin toss, I'm supposed to call it there to meet you guys, but then you're going to bring your lawyer too? So is that
They're going to be more than a lawyer out there for you, buddy. We got a bunch of everybody's out there. We issued knives to all the players. They're going to be there. Yeah, we're going to have the 2003 first undefeated District 2A champions football team there for the Bay High School football game. Arnold's going to be ready, guys. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Coach.
pumped up. Griff has created some, Coach Griff's made excitement on this beach. He's got a great staff. Josh is back over there.
Mm-hmm.
We know how good he is.
Yeah, the high school teams are. There are several of them that are looking really good this year.
Mosley looked good now.
Yeah.
Mosley looked good. And Bay didn't look good against Niceville.
Well,
but I'm going to let
warmed
Coach
up.
Brown talk
Coach
about
Brown.
it. He
Getting
might
warmed
not want anybody to know that.
Well, I mean, he can tell what he wants. He
Yeah.
can do the coach speak,
Yeah.
but there's some other issues that could have happened. It could have turned a different way. But
Are you scared? Are you worried that tomorrow's going to get your
I'm not. I've
tornadoes?
never been scared. I mean, you know,
I think he's worried. I see it in his face.
Let me tell you,
I don't know.
if you stay in it long enough, you win a few and you lose a few, and some get rained out. You hope so.
That's good. That's pretty good. Anyway, we're pumped up about high school football. That's going to be a big
Yeah.
one. That's going to be. We're going to pack it out Friday night.
I'm excited about it for all of them. Everybody looks like they've had a year of experience, and they got some kids moving
I'll
going
tell you
up.
what,
and,
I had Floyd on yesterday, Coach Floyd Rutherford, and I can't say enough good things about him. He's
well, I
got
know
that
that
thing
was
turned
exciting for them to win that jamboree thing.
He's going to turn around. I'm telling you, he does a really good job. You can just see it. And Witten does such a great job.
Right.
We don't know about, I've heard great things about Coach Sweat. I don't know him, and I don't know much about him. But Josh, everybody says really good things about him. If Jeff Patton was involved in hiring him, you know he's got to be really good.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get Coach Sweat on the air.
I think we've got him. That is Friday. Bozeman. Now Friday we got the Port St. Joe Tiger Sharks.
Two.
Brought to you by Coach Jones, brought to you by Taco Bell.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to that. That's at 7. And then we've got...
Does that mean the producer of the show gets free tacos?
Yeah. Well, I thought Taco Bell was a Mexican phone company.
No, it's one of our sponsors.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Way too early for terrible jokes like that. It's a good thing you brought donuts.
That's why I'm sugared up. I can't help it.
That's what it is. We started eating these donuts about 6 o'clock. Now we can't even know what we're doing. Matter of fact, every time I eat sugars, I have to do so. I just did. Anyway, so I couldn't wait.
You want to know what I had?
I know what you got for lunch.
Oh, yeah. Did you see him come in here and try to steal?
I know. He said
I
it was
just want a piece of it. I didn't want the whole thing. I just wanted to get about a half or 3/4.
I got one.
Yeah.
I got a hubcap. I got a hubcap cinnamon roll.
That's the biggest thing they sell out there.
Yeah.
Size, those things are good.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this. Been talking about the top 25, top 20 teams by everybody in the nation. Well, ESPN has done it. I like keeping up with this one. These are your bottom for the 2024 college football season, week 0 bottom teams. Coming in at number 10, they face an uphill battle this week. They took a long trip. They're going to play the Florida State Seminoles this week. But right now, their preseason bottom top 10. At number 10, the Georgia State, not Georgia Tech, my bad. Georgia State. Anyway, number 9, Ball State. Let's talk for a minute.
All right, Ball State. I remember playing them when I was at Middle Tennessee. They ran that Utah pass that killed us. I couldn't stand it.
I'm getting ready to sneeze. I can't help it. Forgive me, y'all. Number 8,
Sneeze on my
UTEP.
microphone.
Number 7, Temple. Number 8, UMass. Thank you, sir. Number 5, I love this. Number 5, Michigan. Number 5, they've got Michigan. How about that, Michigan, Eddie? Michigan, number 5. Number 4, Akron. Jim Brandt's team. Number 3, Kent State. Number 4, Louisiana Monroe. Number 2, Monroe. And number 1, FAU.
Wow.
Can you believe that? That's just the week. Now, this all is going to change, but that's kind of what they think is going to struggle this year. And I think the Michigan thing was a joke.
Has to be.
Maybe somebody just put in there to upset somebody. Sometimes those things do happen.
Yeah.
But there you go. There's your bottom 10 in college football. Cannot wait. The Florida Gators play Miami August 31st, 2:30 o'clock kickoff. Looking forward to that one. That's a huge football, Glenn Manley.
Yep.
Really big ball. Now, here are your most watched games of 2024. This is what they're predicting would be the biggest games. And we don't have time to do it. We got to take a break. Damn it. I will say the number 1 most watched team this year, they say, will be the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. That's what they're predicting when this game will be played against Michigan Wolverines on November 30th on Fox, 11 o'clock kickoff Central Time. Michigan leads the Ohio State Buckeyes 61 wins and 51 losses and 6 ties. Take that, Buckeye boys. I did not know Michigan was leading Ohio State and overall. I really thought it was Ohio State. So Michigan, Michigan Eddie knows what he's talking about. I got to back off.
He's got an inside there.
He does. On that list right there, maybe you forgot to put the word state after Michigan.
No, it was Michigan. Oh, maybe the other one. Glenn, quit looking on my notes. I just want to make him mad. I got Cristobal's Miami schedule this year. I do want to get over that sometime today. We have time. Maybe with Dr. Ward.
I'll mention them twice here in my little report. So,
did you see the story on the baton twirler from Alabama that got married, and the whole baton twirling team showed up, the mascot, and did a little thing for her wedding? It was pretty cool.
What is it? A college girl? Was it a?
She was one of the baton twirlers.
At the University of Alabama, Auburn.
Yeah, Alabama. And the elephant
nice.
was there, and the whole and the whole team showed up, and they all did a little routine right at her wedding. It was pretty cool.
No, wait a minute. What the team showed up to, they still had their uniform.
Not the team, not the football team.
Oh,
the twirling.
Okay, because I thought because they did have the team. They had a video of the team out there by the band and the twirlers and all that stuff they were doing.
Those are called majorettes, I thought.
Yeah, majorettes.
Yeah, majorettes.
Yeah, trying to learn.
Anyway, they all showed up and did a little routine for her wedding.
All right.
That's great. I'm talking about football. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
that is pretty.
Now,
No,
wait a minute.
honestly,
you
that is
don't,
nice.
you don't
Wait a
care
minute now.
about the girls?
No.
Hey, don't be getting the band members mad now. I'm
That's
telling
true.
you.
But I was trying to tell you something really important. The team was learning how to sing Yay Alabama. They do that. It's a tradition up there. I thought that's what you got confused with.
No.
But obviously I ran my mouth. I didn't know what I was talking about. I know that never happens.
Yeah, no, that's a rare. That's once in a blue moon there,
Break
Coach.
time.
Break time. We are the home of the Auburn Tigers. Andy Burcham tomorrow at 8:15. You're looking forward to talking to Andy again. He's already had a big deal with Hugh Freeze. We'll talk about everything that's going on up at Auburn. But right now, we want you to focus on J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. But today is Wednesday, the world famous J. Michael's Spaghetti. You will absolutely love it. They only do it on Wednesdays. It will be packed out for lunch and dinner. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Special sauce is incredible. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Glenn's over here shaking. Had to rub his little legs to get him warmed up. Stevenson Air Conditioning, they'll keep you cool in the summer. They'll keep you warm in the winter. They do an incredible job, seriously. Locals taking care of locals. That's Jason. That's his crew. There's truck throughout Bay Point. Love them. They do a great job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1. Just like Chuck Tucker. His daddy was the #1 principal at Mosley. His son's #1 at businessman around here. He started at South Oak Title and Closing. It's expanded throughout Northwest Florida, and all the elite realtors use them. There's no doubt about that. South Oak Title and Closing for your real estate needs. Incredible people down there. We are so happy to have Taco Bell back. We got 3 great locations on Panama City Beach. Rutherford, all you people at Rutherford High School, get out to Callaway's Taco Bell. They are supporting you. Port St. Joe, Tiger Sharks, every Friday brought to you by Taco Bell. Go get Taco Bell. Have a great time. Tell them Coach sent you. We'll be right back. And I can't talk about that Cajun place. He just started the music. We'll be right back once I'm trying to be mean. Coach Brown, where are you? 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We coming. We coming.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts and the biggest games in ultra-high fidelity.
This is of utmost importance in travel.
Take the sports talk monster with you anywhere you go. Available for Android and iPhone.
Use it anywhere or any place.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 91 with a gentle breeze coming out of the west-southwest around 9 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 76. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning followed by sprinkles and a high around 90. For Friday, possible thunderstorms and a high of 89. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers
and their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
It's time for a new kitchen from Kitchen Designs. Kitchen Designs in Panama City Beach and Santa Rosa Beach offers full-service cabinets, countertops, and flooring, plus cash and carry cabinets available the very next day. Kitchen Designs has been family-owned and operated for over 20 years. Visit their showroom at 7934 Front Beach Road and on Lynn Drive in Santa Rosa Beach. Or call Kitchen Designs, 850-775-4150.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
I'm kind of a big deal.
Mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Atlanta Braves. You love Atlanta Braves baseball, you listen to it right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We are also the home of Northwest Florida high school football. We have one of the few coaches, one of the very few that ever reached this height of success.
Good for you.
I think I said that right.
Yeah.
That donut's caught in my
Have another donut, Coach.
I'm going to have one in a second. And this young man has won a state championship in football. Not many people can say that in the great state of Florida. Let's bring him on right now. Coach Brown, how are you doing, sir?
Doing good, Coach. How y'all doing this morning?
Well, we're sugared up, but other than that, we're okay.
It's been rough today, man. My blood sugar's gone through the roof. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm pumped up about this game Friday night, but before we get there, we got to talk about Bay High School football jamboree. We got to talk about names. We want to hear many names you can give us, who your leaders are, who's been doing a great job all summer through camp, and your coaching staff. I don't know if you changed your coaching staff enough. Give us a little rundown of everything that's going on at Bay High School.
Yeah, felt like we had a really good off season. Told you guys last week. I thought the off season was really good. I think on the on the offensive side of the ball, I think Caleb Toombs and Marquise Wilkerson are two running backs that have probably been the two most consistent guys as far as practice, weight room, just everything. Those guys are doing a good job leading us on offense right now. I think defensively, right now, the guy on the defensive side of the ball, the two guys that have been the most consistent in all the areas are Gavarius Manley and T.J. Davis. I think those four guys have kind of been the ones that have kind of been trying to lead us and trying to do things the right way, both on and off the field. And then coaching staff wise, we haven't changed, and we haven't changed anything. Coach Ty still running the offense. Avondre Hardy's running the defense, and really our whole coaching staff, man, just a really good staff. No egos, man. We just get in there every Sunday afternoon when we meet and break down film and just our goal every week is just to try to put our kids in the best opportunity to be successful.
Coach, let me ask you this. We have three phases to the game: special teams, defense, kickoff. I always say when you travel, you better play great defense. You got to win the kicking game. Starting out the season, you throughout the year, you improve if you don't have injuries. You usually improve every week. You get better at what you're doing. But starting out where you're at right now, do you feel like you guys are stronger on the offense side of the ball, defense side of the ball, the kicking game, or is it all about equal? Give us kind of an idea of where you're at right now.
Yeah, I think we're all about equal. I do think we're further along on special teams this time of the year now than we were this time of the year last year. We've had some young guys that have really stepped up and taken some ownership and taken some pride and being on special teams. We thought the other night against Niceville, our punt team held up really well. We didn't have any bad snaps, didn't have any blocked punts, and the punter did a good job of flipping the field for us. So we thought our kickoff coverage team last week was really solid. We feel like the offensive defense, all of it's a work in progress, this time of the year, but we feel like our special teams is further along this year than it has been this time in the past.
Let me ask you this question too, because I've heard this, and most people run from Niceville. They don't want anything they won't play them, they won't schedule them, they won't do it even for the money. You guys did it. Give a little breakdown the reason why you guys played up such a higher classification state powerhouse like Niceville. Give a little rundown on that.
Yeah, I think it just there's a lot that goes into it as far as trying to you try to expose your kids to my philosophy, expose your kids to the type of programs and environment that they're striving to be. And Niceville's been one of the powerhouses, not just in North Florida but in the state over the last 30 years. And and getting to play in that environment, we feel like down the road, we get into the playoffs, we got to go play on the road. We can draw on that and say, guys, you played at Niceville, you played in one of these environments. You don't have to be, you don't have to be intimidated. You don't have to have that shell shock factor. You know what I mean? Because you've been there. And Coach Thompson, him and I have become pretty good buddies over the last few years. And it's a great place to play. And you're going to play against a team that's not just got great players, but they're going to play the right way. They're going to play hard. Their coaching staff is going to coach. They're going to be very respectful. And we prayed it up with those guys after the game in the middle of the field the other night and wished each other the best for the rest of the season. And then, we're hoping that's something we can, continue to do years down the road.
Well, I tell you what, Friday night's going to be wild. I think it's going to be a huge crowd. I think it's going to be a sellout game. Looking forward to that. But I want to go back to the Niceville game. How did they handle everything? Who kind of played well for you in that ball game?
Yeah, we really, we had some young guys step up in that game. We really felt like, offensively we played really well at times. And even Coach Thompson was real complimentary at halftime and after the game with the offensive line. And he was like, Coach, y'all so much more stronger and physical and, this year than y'all were last year. And, we just kind of kept shooting ourselves in the foot. Defensively, we thought our kids flew around and played. We thought they played really hard. T.J. Davis, Daryl Andrews stepped up. He's a sophomore. Came in the game, played some safety. Him and John DeVoe, both sophomores, and both of those guys played really well. Kavarius Nuki Manley, he played really well at corner. I mean, we just felt like this time of the year we played really well. We just kept shooting ourselves in the foot, and back to that reason you play Niceville. You can play a lot of teams and you can make a lot of mistakes and you can overcome them, and your kids never really understand their mistakes. And against Niceville, those mistakes are exposed, and we were able to go back and show them on film. And so we feel like we've corrected some of that stuff, and hopefully we can be more consistent Friday night.
What do you feel like this year, looking at your offense? I think you feel the same way I do. When you get to state playoffs, and if you're just a running team or you're just a passing team, sooner or later you're going to get matched up with somebody who can take away what you do best. So I think you have to have some type of balance. Is your same philosophy? Are you going to try to be a balanced offense, defense, pass, run ratio? What's good for you?
Yeah, we want to, if we can be in that, if we can be in that 60-40 range, and it doesn't really matter if it's 60 run or 60 pass. It just depends on, you coach, you've done it a long time. Every game takes on a kind of a personality of its own. And, some games, teams that want to focus on taking away the run, you got to be able to throw the ball. And that's why you got to be balanced. And, we want to make sure we're that team and we can take advantage of teams when they try to take when they load the box or when they play coverage. You got to be able to do both. And that's kind of what we're going to focus on.
All right. The big game this week. Arnold's going to be ready. You guys are coming out there. This is going to be a war, I think. I think this is going to be a great football game. I hadn't seen you guys play. I saw a little bit of Arnold. Looking forward to this matchup. Give us a little scout report. What's your, I wouldn't say concerns, but what do you have to do to be successful Friday night against the Marlins?
Yeah, I think, the difference in Arnold, this year and, in the past years, is just, I know who the head coach is, and I know he's a really good football coach, and his kids will be ready to play. And I know who his defensive coordinator is. Kevin Pettit is one of the best coaches in the state of Florida, and so they're going to be so much more well prepared and just fundamentally sound. So we have to go out there and not beat ourselves. We have to go out there and execute and make the plays that are there to be made. Jason and I, we've grown up together. We've known each other since we were in the 6th grade, played basketball together. He was right the other day. We were the best 2-on-2 driveway basketball team to ever come out of the east side of Panama City. There's absolutely no question about that. No, I mean, I think it's just, we've got to play well. You know what I mean? Like, maybe in the past you might have been able to overcome a turnover early in the game or, overcome a blunder on special teams, but this year's Arnold team's different. You're not going to be able to overcome that because they're going to be very well coached and they're going to be prepared. They're stronger in the weight room. They're going to be more physical. So we've really, really, really got to come into that game understanding that we're going to be in a football game.
I tell you, Coach, I'm excited. I think this is your 3rd year there. I've watched your career. You've always built strong programs wherever you've been. You've won a state championship. You know what you're doing. Good luck to you this year. I think you guys are going to have a great team this year, but I am looking forward to Friday night's game. We'll see you there, okay?
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Glenn Manley will be there also.
That's right.
Looking forward to that. We're going to fight pregame toss. I'm going to throw you around a little bit. I'm not going to go tell you what we got. We got something special for you, Glenn.
All right.
Just for you.
I'll let you wrestle some midgets in the mud.
It's the dwarf toss. Is what it is.
Anyway. All right. Let's talk about some of our great people. Now I have time to talk about them. Glenn loves this place. I love it. Wildcat, you better start. Brian and I go down there just about every Saturday, 11 o'clock, Phil Cobb. A bunch of us go down there.
I was ready last Saturday, but you were not.
I was at the water park. He calls me. No, no telling me what we're doing. Are you at the Cajun place? No, I'm at the water park.
I was trying to sneak up on him.
He wanted a free meal. I would have got it for you, but I'd have paid for it. But what's so great about the Cajun place, you can't get in there in summertime. It's so packed out. But they do this for the locals. They're going to start this Saturday. $5 pitchers. They got the best wings in Bay County. There's no doubt about that. The food's incredible there. All the food there is outstanding. But if you're LSU Saints fan, this is home for you guys. Now, we're all there with our Alabama stuff, Florida State, Florida, Georgia, you name it. It's packed out. It's pretty even. But if you're LSU and you score a touchdown, you get a free Jell-O shot. If you're with the Saints and you got that sweatshirt on, that T-shirt on, and it says Saints, they score a touchdown, you get a free Jell-O shot. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive, go check it out. We think you'll absolutely love it. Just like Charlie Corn's place, Glenn.
Yeah.
Is that place incredible?
It's fantastic, yep.
Where else you get good country cooking? Vegetables.
I know, and
Charlie
great
Corn's.
service. Yep, Charlie Corn. Well, it's got two great places. So one up 231.
And the new one is?
And the new one on 15th Street right across from Perry Mason's.
Robert Perry Mason, Fleming, right down there.
That's right.
Robert. We all named it. It should be Fleming and everybody else.
Well, I know, but what can you say?
He'll pass them on.
That's true.
He's incredible.
Well, he's a lot younger than they are, too.
Tossed a coin
He's
on that
bigger.
one.
He's better looking. No, they're all good.
They're good guys.
All of them are good guys down there, truly. Where are we at? El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill tomorrow. Go check it out. Go today. You go in whenever you want. They got the best happy hour in Bay County. You buy one, you get one free. We're talking about margaritas, draft beer, house wines. They're incredible. And I tell you what, a lot of people go in there, especially on Thursday night. They got a group that goes in there all the time. They do karaoke. They sing. We all want Glenn. We all want Jim to do Baby Elvis, Big Elvis, but they hadn't shown up yet. Go check it out. You might see Coop Moss down there on Thursday. The food's incredible. Great atmosphere. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Great place to have a birthday party. If you get injured, Chad Mitchell is the guy you got to go see. This is his 25th year on Bay County sidelines. The legendary doctor, Dr. Chad Mitchell. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. They got the best barbecue sandwich you'll get anywhere. They cater. They got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They got the Lorelei Layton room in the back. You can have a chamber meeting back there. We could have a party for Glenn Manning. It's that big. We'll be right back. 104. I'm struggling. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
America's team plays here.
And a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida. Acuna, Ozzie, and Austin Riley lead the Braves' high-powered offense.
Swung on, belted, deep right field. Get out of here, Ozzie. Home run. Ball game.
The Atlanta Braves on ESPN Northwest Florida is sponsored by Brock's Pest Control, Stormore Portable Buildings, Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, Billberg Kia, and Mid-South Lumber.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
That Cajun Place is your LSU and Saints football headquarters. Saints and LSU fans, wear your team colors and score a free Jell-O shot when your team scores a touchdown. Only at That Cajun Place. Get $5 pitchers on select draft beers during all live football games. Catch all the games at once with the NFL package on 27 large TVs at That Cajun Place. And the best wings on the beach. The locals' favorite, That Cajun Place. Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing KHS TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels, including all your local favorites and news networks. Plus, catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, the NFL Network, and the NBA Network. Just $40 a month. To get KHS TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click the TV logo.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio on the Sports Talk Must. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 home of the Auburn Tigers, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You listen to every Auburn home football game our way right here, starting August 31st with the Auburn Tigers take on Alabama A&M. Let's bring on the man, the myth, Dr. Ward. How are you doing, sir?
Having a great morning. How about you guys?
Hey, how do you like this weather this morning? That's pretty nice, isn't it?
It is, man. I hope it stays like this, but I bet it's going to get hot again.
Yeah, I think you're right. I believe. Hey, all right. I want to cover this week. First of all, give you a few minutes, a few seconds, whatever. Skin cancer can be deadly. You do the best job of anybody. I had it down in Cape Coral. You go in there, and I will never forget getting shot up about 3 separate times for them to numb me up. I couldn't stand it. When I go to you, most of the time, matter of fact, with me, every time, you've gotten it the first time. Never had to been shot up again, which I think is a great job by you. But what's some of the things we can do to protect ourselves, and tell us what to look for and where we need to go if we think something's wrong?
So basically, people get skin cancer from using their skin in the sun. So if you're going to be outside for more than an hour, especially in the summertime, cover up, wear sunscreen where you're not covered, reapply after you towel off or get in the water. And then if you notice anything changing size, shape, color, bleeding for no reason, don't wait, get it checked out. And you can give us a call at 233-3376. See us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Tafiniac Springs, Mariana, or Bonifay.
Is there anything out there you like to hit on before I get in it with you? Anything you want to talk about?
I'm just so excited that we have no more weekends without college football.
Yep.
Sir, baby.
Yeah, baby.
You got that right.
Football!
Your favorite team, 11 o'clock, Florida State versus Georgia Tech. I know you're pumped up about that.
I got the biggest bet that I've placed in years on this game.
All right. What is the bet? Let us in on it.
It is Georgia Tech and the points.
All right.
What's it up to now?
What was it?
It's 11.5 for the game. It's 6.5 for the first half. I took the 6.5 in the first half.
Yeah, right. I think it's a good bet. I do.
The over-under, everybody thinks it's going to be under because of the 2 teams and then the defense.
Yeah.
I
think Georgia Tech's going to get after them.
Well,
I do not think it's going to be a blowout.
They've improved. They're one of the few teams with a starting quarterback coming back.
Having a starting quarterback coming back, I think Georgia Tech comes out hot. It won't surprise me at all if Tech is up in the first half, maybe in the third quarter. I think the biggest issue is that Tech doesn't quite have the depth as Florida State, which is why I think Florida State will win, but I think it's going to be a close one. Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I'm not even sure they cover. I think it's going to be – I think Florida State's got a good football team. I just think Georgia Tech – quietly this is a huge game for them. I think they're going to play well. I do. I really do.
Well, there was a common opponent for both of them at the end of last season, and that common opponent was Georgia, and Tech played Georgia close. Georgia only beat Tech by 8. And how bad did Georgia beat Florida State?
You talking about Florida State's JV?
You mean it was Custer and the Indians is what it was. So, but at least Georgia Tech knows how to take a knee if they're ahead. So that's how Miami just stole a game there.
Yeah, I can't wait for the 11 o'clock kickoff. And there's another game that day also, but this is the big one, and then it really gets cranked up next week. Doc, I'm going to go with the Florida schedule with you at kickoff times and let everybody out there know what's going on. Week 1, we're talking about August 31st. Miami goes into Swamp. ABC, not a night game. The big night game, they selected Notre Dame, Texas A&M. But this game's going to be 3:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Central. It's going to be brutal hot. This is going to be a war. I think it's going to be a great football game. The next game will be at the Swamp. Kickoff time on the SEC Network is at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, Sanford. Then the third one, I think a much improved football team. I really like their head football coach on the 14th in the Swamp. Kickoff 3:30 in the afternoon, another hot, miserable game. Good game, A&M versus Florida. That's a huge football game for both programs. Then on the 29th, their first away game, they go to Mississippi State. The game will be at 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock Eastern. They're going to put this one either on ABC or ESPN. Now, the Central Florida game, which is going to be Central Florida's Super Bowl game. They've been waiting for this. They want this. It's going to be a huge game for them. Kickoff time in the Swamp is to be announced. They're say it's going to be played at 6 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night. Then a big one at Tennessee on the 12th of September. That game is going to be at 3:30 or either 8 o'clock. They haven't announced yet which time, but that's the two time slots. 3:30 or prime time at 8 o'clock. Kentucky on the 19th, the game we played at the Swamp, kickoff was same thing, 3:30 or 8 o'clock. They're not sure yet. And then the big one in Jacksonville on the 2nd, the 3:30 kickoff, ABC. Then at Texas, kickoff, this is crazy. Kickoff time is going to be 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock Central Time, ABC or either ESPN. They go back to the Swamp and play LSU, kickoff time again, either 3:30 or 8 o'clock. They don't know which yet. And then on the 23rd, Ole Miss, which I think will make the playoffs. I got them making the playoffs this year. They got an easy schedule, I think. Missouri's got the easiest schedule in the SEC, in my opinion. The game's played on the 23rd. Kickoff time, 12 o'clock Eastern, either be on ABC or ESPN. Then in Tallahassee, on the 30th, they don't know what time that game's going to be kicked off yet. So that's your lineup. Doc, I want to go over this with you, and I just want you to say yes or no. This is by some expert in the Saturdays Down South, I think. I could be wrong. Final scores for the Florida Gators. Week 1, the Florida Gators, 38. Miami, 35. What say you, Dr. Ward? They get this right or wrong?
That's a lot of points for an opening weekend game. So I like the outcome, but I don't think we're going to see that many points.
I'm thinking 27-24, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, talk about that too. I think Miami's going to be used to the heat, though. I mean, they practice down in Miami. I don't think it's going to affect them like when they played Utah. I think this is totally different. I think it's going to affect both teams, but they're both teams going to be used to the heat. Are you going to be there for that game?
No, not going to be there.
Okay. The next week, if they blow them out, Florida 41, Sanford 13. Yeah, I agree with that. Now, the third football game, ABC 3:30. Texas A&M 24. Florida Gators 17. What's your take on that one?
No, we get A&M.
Okay, put that one. Let me mark this down. Glenn, what do you think? They got it right?
Yeah, I think they're going to get A&M. I really do.
Okay, you both say the experts are wrong.
Yeah.
All right. The next week at Mississippi State. Mississippi State Bulldogs, 11 o'clock Central Time. Florida Gators, 35. Mississippi State, 20. What's your thoughts on that one?
I think that score sounds about right.
Got a brand new head football coach at Mississippi State. I think they're going to take it on the chin this year. All right. The big one for Central Florida, and a close one. They get after each other pretty good. But the Florida Gators score a touchdown late. Florida 28, Central Florida 21.
I think we win it, but I think we win bigger than that.
Okay, Glenn.
Yeah, I think them coming into the Swamp. I don't think they're going to let Florida's going to let that happen. I think they're going to try to put it on them.
I think it's about right. I think Central Florida's going to be ready to play. They got that quarterback in. They're going to get after Florida. I just don't think they got enough.
Yeah, but he doesn't come in to.
Yeah, Florida wins, but I think it's going to be a close game. All right, at Tennessee. Okay, let's take a break. We got to take a break, Doc. We'll come back and finish up with this.
All right.
Let's start with you. How do we get up with you? What's the best locations to get up with you?
You give us a holler at 233-3376. You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Marietta, Defuniak Springs, Bonifay, Port St. Joe, Panama City Beach, Water Sound, or Santa Rosa Beach.
I tell you what, he gets it right every time.
Well, he mixed those up a little bit.
He threw us a curveball.
He did.
You want that yard look absolutely beautiful? Call Patrick. Turf Pro Pest Control, #1 at what they do. They'll have your yard looking absolutely gorgeous. You can listen to Patrick every morning right here on ESPN Northwest Florida at 8:30. You want jewelry? Where are we going to go? You want some fine jewelry? Where can we go?
You're going to go to David Adamson Fine Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. You can design it. If you can dream it up, they can do it. They'll appraise your jewelry. They'll fix your jewelry, clean your jewelry, and even buy your jewelry if you need to. Check them out, David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design.
When you're over there, head over to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven and have yourself a great meal. Today and only today, 10 wings and a side for $9.99. They got TVs everywhere. You don't about a great place to watch college football? It's at Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat does such a wonderful job running that place. It's incredible. He's the city commissioner of Lynn Haven, the #1 city commissioner, Pat Perno. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven, #1. Not even close. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got Dr. Ward on the phone. All you Seminole fans, we know you love him. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games.
Touchdown! Incredible!
Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 91 with a gentle breeze coming out of the west-southwest around 9 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 76. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning followed by sprinkles and a high around 90. For Friday, possible thunderstorms and a high of 89. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
It's here again, Toyota's national sales event. And this month at Panama City Toyota, you can get 1.99% APR plus 90 days until you make your first payment on the new Tundra. With its twin turbo engine and towing power, Tundra is ready to work hard and play even harder. Get styled for miles in the all-new Camry, explore the great outdoors in a new RAV4, or discover the new totally redesigned Tacoma. See you soon at our national sales event.
Offer expires September 3rd. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Mosley Dolphin football. Every Mosley, all their home football games and away right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. But we're home to all the schools in Northwest Florida, high school football. We got Dr. Ward on the phone with us right now. If we get a chance, I want to get a couple predictions on him, from him if we can. Let's get back to the Tennessee game. At Tennessee, they got that highest-powered offense. They give Florida all kind of trouble. Florida puts it on the Gators. They score 45 points. But Tennessee's defense doesn't do that great. Florida scores 34. What say you, Doc? Did they have this right? Tennessee 45, the Florida Gators 34?
I think Florida gives Tennessee trouble, and I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I think we just have a history of beating Tennessee. I mean, I think they've only won 2 of the last 18 games. So I'm going to say Florida pulls the upset there.
Love it. All right, the next one. Florida 27, Kentucky 21.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Glenn, you agree with that one?
Yeah. I don't.
we didn't ask you.
I don't.
Yeah, I think.
Now, this one surprised me. This one here. This is why I thought they would have this totally different. They say, watch out, Georgia. Florida Gators 28, Georgia Bulldogs 27. Florida pulls up the upset. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I wish it to be true, but I don't think it's likely.
Yeah, I'm with you. Not this year. What do you think, Lynn?
Yeah, I just think right now, at this point of the season, I think Georgia's they've figured out all their other stuff, so I think it's going to be Georgia. Yeah, I do.
All right, Doc. Texas Longhorns, 38. At Texas now. The game's played at Texas. Texas Longhorns, 38. The Florida Gators, 14.
And probably so.
And that game is 11 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock noon.
Well, Texas lost their two best running backs, too.
They lost their two best running backs.
I don't know about their defense yet.
I don't think it's going to be that bad.
But, it may be a squeaker, but Texas probably win at home.
Yeah, but not 38-14.
Right.
All right, LSU comes into Gainesville. They beat the Gators 35-31 in a classic football game. What do you think?
I tell you, LSU plays well against Florida. I don't think we beat them. It's been a while since we beat them, so I like going with history. So that sounds about right.
Okay.
I think Florida's a little bit stronger this year, and I don't know. LSU's got a question mark to me.
It's Kelly's third year. He's recruited well. He's won 10 games every year. If he's an elite coach, this should be a really good year for them. But if Florida can run the ball, they can win the game because their defense front's not that great at LSU. They're thin at defense line.
I just still think he's going to. I just think coming into the swamp, I think it's going to be tough on him. I think Florida will upset them this year if that's what they're predicting.
All right, here we go. Ole Miss, last home game for the seniors. Ole Miss 45, Florida Gators 34.
I don't know, man. I think we can beat Ole Miss. I would predict an upset there.
Okay, I predict if they fire Billy Napier that Lane Kiffin will be the next coach of Florida. That's just me. If not him, the guy at Missouri, if he has a good year. All right, the last game. They go to Tallahassee. They play well. FSU scores a touchdown late, and they beat the Gators 24-17. What say you, Dr. Ward?
By the time we play FSU and have gone through the gauntlet, it's going to be hard to go to Tallahassee and win. So I could be down with that score.
Okay, I believe, listen to you, the experts had them 6-6, 3-5 in the SEC, but I think, listen to you, you had them winning 9 games and losing 3. Is that right?
No, because they had us. I flipped 2 that they had. Oh no, Georgia. So I have them going 8-4.
8-4. Okay, that's all right. All right, if you don't mind, I want to get your input on this real quick. We're going to keep up with this too. Now next week we're going to focus on college with you, not so much high school. We have high school games this week. I'm just curious, who do you like in this ball game? Arnold. Celebrating our first undefeated 2003 District 8 undefeated championship football team. New coaching staff at Arnold. Arnold versus Bay. Who do you like in this game?
Well, I hate to do this to you, Coach, but I like Bay. Okay. Arnold was not very good last year. Maybe they'll get better this year. I know Bay had a really good season 2 years ago. Kind of took a step back this year, but I think they'll have them ready to play. I don't even think it'll be particularly close. I think Bay wins by 2 to 3 touchdowns.
Ooh, Glenn, who you like?
Let me think. I'll put Bay High down there. Here's the thing: the guys that won the district and had that undefeated season, they can't play. Their eligibility's over. So I think Bay's going to win.
Thank you, Glenn. All right, Doc, I want to ask you about this one. Bozeman versus Holmes County. Holmes County is always pretty good. Bozeman goes from 1A to 3A. Who do you like?
Well, didn't Bozeman lose a lot of the players that caused their success last year?
They did, yes.
Yeah.
Now, they got some transfers in. Yeah.
That's a tough one. I think it could go either way, but I'll go with the home team, Bozeman.
I'm with you.
Or is it at Boniface? Who's the home team? That's who I pick.
Bozeman.
Yeah, I go with Bozeman. Home field advantage gives them the win.
Glenn, same thing?
No, I'm actually going to pick Holmes County because I actually coached at Bozeman, but I think with the players gone and the new system, I think Holmes County's pretty steady. They're going to have the same coaching staff and everything. I'm just going to pick them.
All right. Dr. Ward, Coach Floyd's doing a great job at Rutherford. They're building that program up slowly but surely the right way, but they run into a really talented football team. Mosley, and it doesn't matter, is it Tommy Oliver, so really both of them are like home teams. Who do you like, Mosley or Rutherford?
Yeah, Mosley's going to win that game.
Glenn?
I think, it's going to be close, but I think Mosley's going to win that one.
Okay. North Bay Haven, honestly, I don't know anything about them. I don't know the coach or anything. Who do you like in this? North Bay Haven at Freeport.
If you just looking at enrollment numbers, Freeport I think is a bigger school. So and it's at Freeport. So I got to think Freeport's going to win that.
Yeah, actually I said it wrong. They're at North Bay Haven, but I'm with you.
Oh, at North Bay Haven.
Yeah.
I still like Freeport in that matchup.
Yeah, I understand that a lot of kids left North Bay Haven and went to Bozeman and other schools, so I think they could have a tough year. Glenn, who do you like?
I like Freeport. I like Freeport.
All right, Cottondale versus Sneeds. Sneeds, I would go with Sneeds, Doc. I'd put my money on. Who you like?
Sneeds.
Yeah, Glenn.
I like Sneeds. Cottondale has really got a good team again this year, but Sneeds, I think, does it.
This is a huge game, week one. Wakulla, usually a big powerhouse football team at Port St. Joe. That's a tough game for Port St. Joe. Who you like, Doc?
Yeah, that is going to be a tough one. Not an easy opening weekend either, so I'll probably go with Wakulla.
Glenn?
Even though the coach at Port St. Joe was the ball boy and his dad was a coach at Wakulla, I think I'm going to pull the upset. I'm going to go for Port St. Joe.
Okay, we'll see. I'm not going to. Okay, Destin. Who do y'all like? Destin is at Northview.
Ooh,
it's hard to win at Northview, guys.
I don't know. I like Destin. I'm gonna go with Destin. They had a good year last year, and I think they'll play well again this year.
Glenn?
Their coach can't play anymore. He's eligible out, but I'm still going to go with Northview. I've been up there several times, and to tell you what, those country guys can play.
Yeah, it's hard to get up there too. Chipley at North Florida Christian.
Ooh, that's a private school.
Chipley's good now.
I know.
Chipley's at home. Versus North Florida Christian. Who you like, Doc?
Home team, Chipley.
Glenn?
I'm gonna take Chipley.
Okay, good pick. Navarre versus Walton. Navarre versus Walton. I'm sorry, Mariana. My bad. I didn't really get that wrong. Mariana versus Walton. Mariana.
Well, that makes it way easier. Yeah, I'm going with Walton.
Okay, Glenn?
Yeah, I'm going to take Walton. They got it rolling this year.
Okay. Vernon versus Jay. Tillman's at Vernon, right?
Yeah.
Who you like, Doc?
Oh, that one's tough. It's a coin flip. I'll go with the local team, Vernon.
Okay, Glenn?
I'm going to take Vernon. Even Jay has it rolling a little this year, too.
Last one locally, Bluntstown versus Liberty County. That's a big rivalry.
Well, I tell you what, that's going to be a packed stadium there.
Yeah. Vernon versus, not Vernon, Bluntstown.
I go with Bluntstown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too, yeah.
That's it. We got them. Okay, we'll see how you guys did. And really next week, Doc, I think I'm going to focus just with you with college football next week, week one of the season. I got you down. Did you got FSU over Georgia Tech?
I do have FSU over, but not covering.
Okay, I got that. All right, let's take it. We got a break. Doc, I'm going to give you some more love. Tell us where your offices are. Tell us what we can do about skin cancer. And tell us about making an appointment. You're seen quickly. You're seen professionally. The guy's incredible. Dr. Ward, take over.
Absolutely. You just give us a holler at 233-3376. If you got anything changing size, shape, color, bleeding for no reason, don't wait. Get into one of our 8 area convenient locations in Bonifay, Mariana, Defuniak Springs, Panama City Beach, Port St. Joe, Santa Rosa Beach, or Water Sound.
All right.
Thank you, Doc. We'll talk to you next Wednesday, buddy.
All right. Later, guys.
Paparazzi Pizza. Get out and have a great pizza. Right there on Thomas Drive. They've got it best. They have the best bakery anywhere, but get their pizza. It's outstanding. Now you go get lunch there, 2 huge slices of pizza and a drink for $11 and some change. That's all you need for 2 people. The pizzas are that big, I'm telling you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You look better, feel better. Jason Kovaleski. Newbies, we got 4, not 3, 4 great locations. One in Pier Park. Just kidding. One over in St. Andrews is new. Glenn's favorite place over there, and the 3 legendary places on Panama City Beach. Newbies, too. That's where you're going to go watch all the sporting events. Mothership's the best bands in the Southeast every Friday night, Saturday night, because that's what Charlotte wants. Also, don't forget about what you want to say. Go ahead, Glenn.
I don't know. I was going to tell you we have local guys that sent us in thing that they had Coach Griffin and Coach Pettis on yesterday, and they noted that the mayor of Panama City and the mayor of Panama City Beach is going to have a press conference for the Battle of the Bridge, Bay versus
Ooh, baby.
So well, thank you for Justin Nyland and our buddy, Mr. Vandergriff. So, yep, Kyle Vandergriff. Yep. So that'll be big.
Huge. Hey, we already know where the city is, and we all know.
I'm not getting into that battle.
The main city that runs the show, where's it at?
It's north of the bridge. Going east.
The money. Where's the money come from? Panama City Beach, baby.
Money.
Woo! Not the old money.
Hey, that's going to be a game. Cannot wait. Friday night at Arnold versus Bay. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins.
We're going under the lights this Friday night as the Mosley Dolphins kick off the season versus the Rutherford Rams. Listen to David and Kyle for live play-by-play from Tommy Oliver Stadium. Coverage starts at 6:45. Mosley Dolphin football is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialists, Chapman Wealth Management, and ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 91 with a gentle breeze coming out of the west-southwest around 9 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 76. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning followed by sprinkles and a high around 90. For Friday, possible thunderstorms and a high of 89. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, business owners. Do you feel lost in a sea of numbers, struggling to navigate your day-to-day accounting? At Lighthouse CPAs, they specialize in guiding businesses to make more money and keep more of what you make. From bookkeeping to tax planning, they've got you covered. Plus, with their user-friendly software, managing your finances has never been easier. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Call Lighthouse CPAs 850-785-5254.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Great design is timeless, and that's why Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves offers a stunning selection of vintage, antique, estate jewelry on sale now at 40% off. Exquisite Victorian rings, Art Deco diamond brooches, Georgian and Art Deco bracelets, earrings, and pendants. These one-of-a-kind pieces add personality to any ensemble, and now at 40% off. Find your timeless treasure at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves.
It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
A lot more excitement is yet to come.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They are number one, just like Bama is number one in our hearts. I think Georgia's number one in the public. But anyway, Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. If it breaks down, in the summer, in the winter, call them. They'll be out there as soon as they can. They'll fix any problem you have. Get a service about every 6 months. It'll run smoother. The power bill will go lower, and you will feel more comfortable. They do a great job. And they bring you the Alabama Update. They sponsor it every single day. We appreciate Jason and all the fine folks at Steverson Air Conditioning. Alabama kept a GM. I don't know what a GM is in college football anymore. Courtney Morgan. They wanted to keep him, Glenn. Everybody was going after him. Southern Cal offered huge money. Lincoln Riley wanted to bring him to Southern Cal to help in recruiting, to help bring Southern Cal to be the top in the Big Ten. Bama said no, it's not going to happen. They paid him a handsome sum of money. We're talking almost $3 million. Actually, they're going to pay him a 3-year deal that's going to pay over the first year is going to be $825,000, and I think it's that way for every single year. So he's going to make some pretty good chunk, almost $2.5 million to stay at
almost as much as you make here, isn't it?
Not quite, but he's getting close to me. But again, Southern Cal targeted him. Other people have been contacting with him as Southern Cal was throwing around big money. Coach Napier wanted to stay with him, and he was loyal to Alabama. He was loyal to Napier. And to be honest with you, I'd rather be coaching at the University of Alabama in the SEC than living in L.A., in a communist state there. That's just me. And I don't talk politics.
That's right.
Now, I believe we got a special caller on the phone, right? I will only break this up for him because I know he does such a good job and he's such a good man. Let's bring him on. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Coach. How's it going?
It's going good. You got Vandegrift with you right there beside you, or is it just you?
Man, I'm texting him right now, telling him to turn on the radio and listen to him.
I bet you money he's sleeping. How much you want to
bet? Man, we do a lot of business together. Kyle does, a lot of talking, and I do a lot of working. That's how it works.
Well, he did that in football, remember? Yeah.
I know that feeling.
That's the kicker mentality.
That's right, but he practices hard when you have to taste the Gatorade,
Hey, I sent him some paperwork. I'm still listening back from you guys. Are y'all even close to being opened up yet?
Oh, we're talking about the restaurant?
Yeah.
Or the podcast?
The restaurant.
Oh, we're getting really, really close. I mean, we're trying to get in. I'd say the closest we could get is maybe mid-October. But, man, I really wanted to tell you guys about the local podcast. We had Coach Griffin, Trey Pettis on yesterday, the podcast dropping, and we did a deep dive into the game on Friday. We're so excited about it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I am too.
Okay. I have one question. Since I'm the guy that ran you guys hard, I want to know when I'm going to be on there.
Look, we can't just start off with a home run. We had to do a couple things.
They got to build it up.
Well, as tall as I am,
designated hitter.
As tall as I am.
Grand finale.
Yeah.
Well, you get it going, and then you build it up, and then people go nuts when you're there.
Well, it's not a home run. I'm a bunt because I'm so short. You know what I'm saying? But
Coach, I will tell you that Vandegrift gives you props on every single show.
Wow. Well,
he's talking about me.
Yeah,
he's
I know.
talking about you.
Well, I tell you what, I kind of bond with the kickers. I kind of relate better to some things.
I relate to your donuts. They're good.
So, can I just kind of talk real quick about the game on Friday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. You do what you want.
The podcast came in. We started off, Robert Fleming called in. And
I saw that one.
Well, no, that was, Robert's called in twice. So he's a frequent caller. And he called in, broke down the Rutherford-Mosley game. We got a nice 20-minute breakdown of thoughts, and he seems to think it's going to be closer. If Mosley makes a couple of mistakes, then, Coach Floyd could pull off an upset. It's hard odds because they're not near as deep as Mosley, but that football's strange. It'll roll whichever way you want. Games can go any way.
Right.
But Floyd's doing a great job. We had him on the podcast. We got about an hour out of him, and he's doing great things at Rutherford. But I'm a townie. I don't know all those fancy people on the beach like Coach Hale, But
hey, we're coming, baby. Arnold's coming.
Yeah. And when we got to interview Coach Griffin, and, man, he's got a great thing going on there. He doesn't have as much experience as normal, Arnold brings. And they've been down a couple seasons, but he's got an all-star coaching staff out there. I mean, if the coaches could play football, they'd win the county. I mean, they got a staff out there. So I think they're going to come in air raid fast. You know, Bayhigh's big. They might tire him out. You know, they're going to open up the passing lanes. But there's one kid on Bay. Now, my son plays JV at Bay, so I'll watch all the practices. The one kid I want y'all to look out for, and it's not the quarterback, and everybody knows Caleb Toombs is going to be awesome. It's my boy, DJ Davis, that plays Apache on defense. He is a monster guy. Just go to the game to watch this guy play. You're going to love it, Coach.
Well, you know, they're ready. It's not really kin folks, but he has the last name. Manley plays it out there on the corner by himself. He does a great job, too.
I'll tell you, I think it's going to be a close game. I think Arnold's going to be ready to go. I think Griff's done a great job. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll tell you what, we got to give credit to Brent Smith, the principal over there, and Rick Green. Brent is doing what he needs to do to have a successful football program. It's important to him. And if you don't have the support of the principal and they don't want to be good or they don't care, you're not going to be very good. And Brent wants to be good because he got to bring in all those good coaches.
Yeah. My question is, are you going to go out on a limb and make a prediction, or I already know what your prediction is?
Oh, you already know. You know, no matter who I'm covering, you know, I'm red and white. Well, red and black. It used to be red and silver, but Bay High all the way.
Yeah. We had the silver britches.
They don't do silver anymore over there?
Huh?
They do more silver?
No, they got a little more black color in their uniforms and stuff.
Oh, okay.
They really look sharp. I like the new helmets, boy. Those things are fantastic.
What color the helmet's going to be this year?
They got the. I can't tell you. That's going to be a surprise. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I tell you what, Arnold changed. This is the first time they've ever had that the helmets like that, which I like. I think it looks pretty good.
I think Arnold's black uniforms look great.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit and lie to anybody. I don't like the uniforms. I don't like the color they changed. We were always navy, silver, and white. They changed it. They thought we picked out the colors. We didn't. Jan Solaris did. They changed it, and I don't think Auburn changed their colors from navy to royal blue. Yeah. But it is what it is.
That's true. Well, Coach, when's your next? I have to call you Coach because you have done a little coaching. So I had to give him the defense against the wing tee, so it worked out pretty good.
So, yeah, every time that I coach, on the way to the game, I have to call Coach Manley to verify my schemes are still good.
What year?
Still coach.
What year did you play over there? What years did you play?
So I played 99 through 2003.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was right underneath Coach Manley. He's yelled at me many days.
Yeah. So he's good at that. He yells at me off the air every single day, every break.
I figured that ain't nothing changes. Ain't nothing.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we'll see you at the game Friday. Can't wait to listen to watch your little show. You guys tell Josh I say hello, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay?
Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle. I'm sorry. Tell both of them. I said, hey, I like both of them.
All right.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks for calling, Justin.
So, Justin, they do a good job now.
They do.
All right.
He was a linebacker. You know,
he played linebacker?
Yeah.
Okay.
And guard. You know, it's guard and linebacker. You know, that's what a fullback is. He really is a guard and a linebacker.
All right. Now I can do my Alabama update, hopefully. All right, Alabama update. They named their permanent captains, and really, he made it last year also. Milroe, the quarterback from Alabama, will be making it more. The defensive back, he's there again. And then Tyler Booker, the big offensive lineman, and the linebacker Lawson. They are your four permanent Alabama captains for the 2024 football season. Moore and, again, Milroe, both were captains in 2023. You don't see that much at the University of Alabama, Glenn, where you have back-to-back permanent captains. That might be the first time in history. I've never heard of that.
They usually are good at the upcoming senior.
Yeah. Well, I like doing it after the season. They do it before. Moore, Milroe, and Booker all were in Dallas for the SEC Media Day. And breaking news, we got to take a break. Breaking news for Bama. We signed or have committed. That just means Tennessee or Auburn probably flip them, but we right now have committed the number one, by one publication, number one running back in the country. His name is Deere. The other publication, he's the number 2 running back in the nation. He's a great running back out of the great state of Mississippi. 6 foot, over 200 pounds. Supposed to be the real, 5-star running back, big time commitment for Alabama. Let's see if we can hold on to him. We've got some great commitments. We've lost them to Auburn. We've lost several to Auburn, and we've lost them to Tennessee. So hopefully we can hold on to these commitments. But that's your Alabama update, brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I would like to remind all of you to get to J. Michael's restaurant today. Have a great spaghetti. It's outstanding. Only on Wednesdays, lunch and dinner. You going to be there today?
Not today.
Thank you, Glenn. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Thank you for the Alabama update. If you want no problem when you go to closing. If you're doing a rental property or you're building I don't care, $10 million house at 30A, you want to go with South Oak Tile and Closing. Mark Carrot, Beth Mobley, they all use South Oak Tile and Closing. Chuck Tucker does an incredible job. South Oak Tile and Closing, number 1. There's not even competition. They are it. And that Cajun place, can't wait. This Saturday, we're going to be there at 11 o'clock watching FSU play Georgia Tech. Then we're going to have the best wings on Bay County right there. They've got 27 TVs. When a college game's being played, you get $5 Miller and Bud Light draft beer. You cannot beat it. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive. We'll be right back. 104.3. Oh, yeah. Do it, baby.
Feels good.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're the radio home of the Mosley Dolphins.
We're going under the lights this Friday night as the Mosley Dolphins kick off the season versus the Rutherford Rams. Listen to David and Kyle for live play-by-play from Tommy Oliver Stadium. Coverage starts at 6:45. Mosley Dolphin football is sponsored by Panama City Toyota, Orthopedic Specialists, Chapman Wealth Management, and ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 91 with a gentle breeze coming out of the west-southwest around 9 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 76. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning followed by sprinkles and a high around 90. For Friday, possible thunderstorms and a high of 89. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Great design is timeless, and that's why Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves offers a stunning selection of vintage, antique, estate jewelry on sale now at 40% off. Exquisite Victorian rings, Art Deco diamond brooches, Georgian and Art Deco bracelets, earrings, and pendants. These one-of-a-kind pieces add personality to any ensemble, and now at 40% off. Find your timeless treasure at Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
War Eagle. Hey, Martha, Kenny, James Guadalupe, and Jenna. Auburn Tigers, when we get a chance, we're going to jump into this tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll jump into this. No, we won't. Friday we'll jump into this because Andy Burcham will be on with us tomorrow. The voice of the Auburn Tigers at 8:15 every Thursday during the year. And we are the home of the Auburn Tigers on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. But my question, Glenn, because we can't do it today, we got Mark McLeod coming up. We got to get FSU in, and we hit on Auburn pretty hard anyway. But my question is going to be Friday for everybody out there. Who's the best player ever for Auburn? You got two to choose from. Ooh. Cam Newton, which won a national championship, and to me, Bo Jackson, maybe the greatest player, athlete in the history of college football, sport. So that's two pretty good. That's a tough question, man. But we're not going to answer today. But right now we got a phone caller. We got to bring him on. Travis, are you there?
Happy Gator Day, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, Gator man?
Oh, nothing much.
What
a good week it is. We're going to get to watch Florida State get their first L on the losing column today.
Hang up.
So Florida State's going to go down.
Stanley. They're going to take many more this year.
Coach has got his Gator shirt on now, Travis.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing now, Travis. Are yours as big as fine bombs? Is that what I'm seeing?
Is it what now?
Your ears as big as fine bombs. You're talking about FSU. He's like Pinocchio. His ears get bigger every time he talks about it.
I do want to ask you, Travis, why do you think that? Why do you think Florida State's going to go down? I mean, is it because a lot of people not give them the love I don't think they deserve? I think they do deserve it. They're not getting it because of that last game. I think in everybody's back of their mind, they keep thinking about that 63-6 score, but their stars didn't even play. I think that's kind of misleading. Why do you think they're going to get beat by Georgia Tech?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up in there. I say that to be kind of funny about it, but I don't know. I don't see the big team in Florida State this year. I mean, they lost a lot.
Well, they got a lot too. So anyway, you got to turn your radio down if you got your radio on. So
no, I don't have my radio on.
That's Wildcat. He's back there playing around again.
I just, I think the two teams that got cheated out of playing was Georgia and Florida State, because you're the national championship for 2 years, and then you don't lose a game till that last one. And then everybody from ESPN knew that Saban was going to retire, so they had to put him in that one last time. And you can't put Alabama in there if you don't put Texas in there, because Texas beat them. So.
And how did you leave out Georgia? I mean, I couldn't believe they left out Georgia.
I know.
I think they got screwed more than anybody.
Right. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I don't. FSU won the conference championship. Georgia didn't.
Well, here's the other thing, too. Are you going to have a crying towel out for the Miami game to start your season off?
Oh, we're going to beat Miami.
No, please.
Oh.
Have you seen Cam Ward? That dude is not that good.
Well, I've seen Florida, so it could be perpetual overtime.
I have Miami's crystal ball predictions right now. Crystal ball does a pretty good job. They got Miami beating Florida at Florida week 1. Miami wins. That's what they're saying, not me. That's what they say. I picked Miami to win about 2 weeks ago, but I'm getting ready to change it, I think.
There's no way Miami comes into Florida and wins. It's just not with, we're talking about teams now. We've got Andy Jean, Aiden Mizell. We've got Graham Mertz, DJ Lagway. Our offense is pretty stacked.
Well, we'll see. You got to protect him.
All right, we got to get off the phone, so we're going to have to correct something. We're going to have to let you go right now. You doing okay?
Yes, sir. I'm doing great.
All right, here's what's big right now. Who wins the Arnold Bay game? That's what I want to know. Who wins that?
I'm going to go Arnold just because I'm a Bozeman alum and Coach Griff is going to be there. He did real good things with
Hey, you call back anytime you want. You hear me? We'll get you on real quick. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling, Travis.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, get out to Newbies. Have a great time. They got 3 great locations. Panama City Beach. Newbies 2 on the coast where you want to go to all watch these sporting games. They got a new one now in St. Andrews. It's beautiful blue buildings, gorgeous. Get out there and have a great time at Newbies. Glenn, what do you have for us today on Florida State?
Well, hopefully, I thought this was going to be the second week in a row you tuned me out, but, we already got enough Gator stuff going on. So, Travis, don't call back on Gator Day, will you? I'm just kidding. This is Chop Chat says there's 3 crucial reasons for FSU needs to win against Georgia Tech. First of all, it's the international stage where FSU and Georgia Tech both, it's an honor to represent the United States in a country that loves to watch our football. So it's going to be showing what you have to the nation already before anybody else does. So It's crucial for that FSU wins this ball game, and it's also ACC game. It's important to start the ACC 1-0. That's the first step towards the winning the ACC championship, and so the loser could lose confidence in what they have going for the year. Also, traditionally or historically, it sets the tone for the season. And we have to do that to make sure we show everybody that why we were the reigning champs of the ACC. And then, like I said, the third reason is crucial is because it sets the tone for the season. Historically, the first game win sets up the rest of the season. Traditionally, Florida State will win most of their games if they win that first game, and then also vice versa. If they lose that first game, they've had a choice of losing more games, and that kind of goes true for really a lot of teams. So you want to make sure you do that. And then now the other thing too, they put out with the 3 most overrated teams FSU will play on their schedule this year, which is really funny because when I get to the 5 hardest games, some of these are still in here. The first one they put down, this is no particular order than the one I did. The first one is SMU. They're kind of overrated. This will be the first ACC game they've played against Florida State. This will be the 5th game of the year for them before they get into that. And they say they should be coming into this game 5-0 because of who they played before that. It's already a sellout. Florida State's going there. It's already a sellout. So tickets start at $176 and they go as high as $1,068. And it's
they got a nice little stadium.
Nice little stadium. It's only about 40,000. It's sold out already.
They got a lot. Yeah. Cristobal has FSU winning that ball game week 5 at SMU. Go ahead.
And FSU has already faced Rhett Lashley. He was offensive coordinator, before, and so when he was at Miami, so they have shut down his offense before. So they think that would be true to that, and so we'll see what goes on there. The number 2, and this is the only reason I put it down, number 2, the most overrated team, they say is Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, well, when they play FSU, they don't play anybody really before that. The 2 toughest games they have before FSU would be Louisville and Georgia Tech. So, they think
that's week 11, correct?
Yeah.
Week 11 at Notre Dame. Cristobal has FSU winning that game.
Right. And then here's the thing. We put the starting quarterback for LSU out. Okay, he was already put out last year by FSU in their game, so we know what he can do. And also, we want to make sure too that we also have the defensive coordinator. Has been there too. So he was at LSU. So guess what? We beat LSU twice. I don't know how much that plays into it, but that's what they're saying. Okay. And then the third team is Miami. And they said Miami always has a talent, but that's not the issue. The issue is the coaching and the lack of coordination between all of what they're doing. And 2023, Miami started out 4-0, but then they finished 2-5 in the last 7 games. And so, that could be it too. So we'll see what goes on with that.
Week 9 at Miami, Cristobal has the Florida State Seminoles beating Miami.
Right. Well, we'll see. FSU when they play Miami seems to implode during their season. In other words, they haven't responded well to adversity throughout the last years. So we'll see what goes on with that. And then they also list the 5 toughest games, which this names 3 of them already. So we'll see what goes on in no particular order. Number 5 would be Georgia Tech. They say the 13-point spread, 55 is over and under. And last year, their prediction, this year, 34-21. And then
what did they say? 34-21?
Yep.
Who wins?
The FSU.
All right, wait a minute.
Yep.
FSU Cristobal report for 2024. Jason's on to something. Travis is on something. Georgia Tech beats FSU week 1.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Well, FSU's Chop Chat doesn't think so. So, anyway. Okay. And then the second toughest game they say is SMU. SMU was 11-3 last year in their AAC conference, but the 3 games they lost were to Power 5 teams. So we'll see what goes on with that. Then they got Miami, and we've already named some of the reasons, but that will be a tough game. It always is a tough game when you play your rival schools.
I haven't heard Clemson yet.
Well, I'm going to. Yeah, okay. Right. And then Notre Dame, of course, we have to go up there and, and play in that place, and it'll be kind of cool up there. And then they say Clemson, of course. go and play Clemson. That'd be that's the 5 toughest games they say. That
all right, Clemson is week 6 versus Clemson at home. Cristobal has the Florida State beating Clemson at home. Actually, Cristobal has Florida State going 11-1, losing week 1 to Georgia Tech. They're 7-1 in the ACC, 11-1 overall, and they make the playoffs.
We hope so. Other places have them losing to Memphis at home, and I can't believe that.
That's going to happen.
All right, that's what's happening right now.
Get out to newbies. Have a great time. I want to thank Glenn for the FSU update. I want to thank Beefo Braves and Lynn Haven for the Auburn update. Yes. A little short thing that we did. Appreciate them. Get out to Beefo Braves. Have a great time. And don't forget today at Beefo Braves and Lynn Haven, 10 wings and a side for $9.99. Pat Perno is the city commissioner in Haven and does an incredible job for those people over there. You love pizza. It's got to be paparazzi.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have a great time. They got a bar down there now. They got a bakery second to none. Go check it out. The food's incredible. You get 2 huge slices of pizza and a drink for $11 and some change. All you really have to do is buy one other drink, so you're eating really cheap for 2 people. It's really good stuff down there. Go check it out. You'll love it. Believe me, it's outstanding. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better? Go see Jason Kovaleski. He'll be with us tomorrow. Dr. Ward does a great job. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. He's got offices throughout Northwest Florida. 5 minutes can save your life. Oh, my God. Get to Rudy's Barbecue. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Great room in the back. Lorelei Layton room in the back. You can have a chamber meeting, birthday party, whatever you want to do back there. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. You know, it's interesting how we use preseason results, where you go, hey, Caleb Williams looked awesome. Well, you probably saw one pass to Roma Dunze. That was a wonderful pass. But if you watch the entire game, I don't think you come away going, man, he is the next Patrick Mahomes.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing KHS TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. All your local favorites. Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC. Plus, catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks. ESPN, the NFL Network, and the NBA Network. It's more than just sports. KHS offers 50-plus movie channels, 150-plus entertainment channels, all your favorite news networks, and watch thousands of movies and TV shows on demand. All for just $40 a month with a one-time $2 billing fee. And you can watch up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score KHS TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the TV logo. That's ESPNPC.com and click the TV logo.
If your neighbor, employer, or grandmother were traumatized by comments made on the Coach James Hale Show.
One thing people aren't saying a whole lot about, and I'll probably get in trouble,
but just wanted to take this moment to say, get bent. We're live from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
You got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! Our Gator Update is brought to you by Mark McLeod, the one and only. Mark, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Doing well, Coach. Good morning.
Man, I'm struggling. My back's hurting. I need some help. It's just been I've screwed up about every way you can screw up all day. Glenn slapped me twice already.
I try to wake him up. He's in a sugar coma.
Yeah. These donuts got me early this morning, man. It's been brutal. It's been brutal. What's going on in Gainesville? What's the latest news that coming out of there?
Oh, we got Billy Napier, I guess, what's today? Wednesday? I guess it was Monday night. We got him, and he wrapped up the scrimmage, the second scrimmage, so he gave us the latest from that scrimmage and said things cleaned up quite a bit overall. There were a few things that he still wants to take a couple days to clean up before they begin Miami. They actually are beginning Miami week tomorrow, so they're going to get focused on the Hurricanes on Thursday, but they did want to wrap up some things on Tuesday and Wednesday. Had a good practice session, had a pick six. So for defense, it was next to last in the nation in takeaways. Only Rutgers was worse. You'll take it. You'll take it, even if it means bad news for the offense.
Did he mention any injuries? I know we had a defense lineman got banged up. Are they pretty healthy, or what are you hearing from that on that front?
You know, they've gotten some guys back, and then some guys are still out. Montrell Johnson, you know, when he talked about Montrell Johnson, he talked about the fact that he's on schedule, he's ahead of schedule maybe, and just the grin on his face told me, I think that guy might be back from the Miami game. There's a good chance. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Andy Jean and Jaquavion Frazier, both wide receivers, doesn't look good for particularly Andy Jean, an upper body injury. They wouldn't really discuss exactly what it is. Frazier's, it's a lower body. He's going to be out for several days too. So no word on if he's going to be available for Miami. But Tank Hawkins, another wide receiver, a freshman speedster who they absolutely love. He banked up his shoulder a little bit, but looks like he's day-to-day, so he should be back any day now. Devin Moore, a starting corner, who's going to start out opposite Jason Marshall, still dealing with an abscessed tonsil, and that's been going on for more than a week, almost 2 weeks. So, but they've said that's getting better, and they expect him back anytime soon. They've gotten Caden Jones, offensive lineman, back. Tony Livingston, a tight end, back. Aaron Gates, another defensive back, he's back. And just had a few other guys still out because of some injuries here and there, but nothing substantial like we've seen with Johnson. So that's certainly good news. And of course, you know, as you mentioned, the season-ending injury to Jamari Lyons, the defensive tackle. Thankfully, that's the only one of those we've seen.
Well, just take those tonsils out and let her rip, baby.
Give him some penicillin.
Maybe they just didn't have time to do that and see him miss all of that camp because he's terrific in terms of athleticism. I mean, you're talking about guys 6'2.5", 6'3", 200 and something pounds, just moves beautifully. I mean, his athleticism is insane, and he's got good speed. That's what you want at corner. That is what you want at corner. And you're a guy. He's a guy, coach, who this is a guy that played wide receiver in his high school career. So that's the guy you want over there.
Let me ask you this: can you talk about the quarterback position? We signed the future quarterback. How is he handling everything? Being the superstar, everybody in the country wanted him. He's not going to start. What are you hearing out of the quarterback room?
Well, he did talk in length about DJ Lagway actually Monday night, Coach, and thankfully I'm going to feature him on the podcast. I put out a podcast yesterday, and we'll put one out this afternoon or late this morning. But he talked about Lagway and said, things are starting to really come together for him. He's really pleased with his attitude, the adjustments he's made. It's not a perfect world, but I think it's going to be a situation, as we've talked about before, much like Tim Tebow, back in 2005, where you're going to see DJ Lagway on that field for a series here or a series there, because he has the strongest arm on the team. He's got great athleticism. He gives you that mobility that Graham Mertz does not have. And he's a guy that's tough to bring down at 6'3", 240. I mean, he's a big kid. So I think he gives them a lot of options. And again, you're talking about the 2023 Gatorade National Player of the Year. So I think things are looking better for him. In the spring, he was wide-eyed and things were rough. I think the first week of camp was a little rough, but the second week of camp, I started hearing some things about him that were awfully good.
Yeah, I'm just curious what his mindset would be. You talk about he gone anywhere in the country he wants to go, and you see kids, transferring in, transferring out, left and right. I started worried maybe he would leave. Hopefully he'll stay right there with Florida. So I'm glad they're going to play him somewhat. He passed for 4,634 yards, 58 touchdowns, 11.5 yards per reception, 72% passer. Then again, he rushed for 900, almost another 1,000 yards, another 16 touchdowns out of the great state of Texas. Again, everybody in the country wanted him. How's Mertz doing? How's everything going with him?
Everything that's been said about Mertz has been top notch. Again, you're talking about a guy who had a 73% completion percentage and just was phenomenal with 20 touchdown passes and only 3 interceptions after the career he had at Wisconsin. And, Florida coached him up right. I mean, and you would think that between Billy Napier and Ryan O'Hara, who works with the quarterbacks and is an offensive analyst for the Gators, that those two guys are going to get DJ Lagway right where he needs to be, too.
Well, the thing about Mertz, the most important question is his girlfriend coming to the games?
Well, I can tell you, I'm sure she is, because that dude's sporting a really nice Mercedes-Benz SUV in the parking lot with his NIL money. I mean, that thing is sharp. I don't think he spent any NIL money on it. I think he's getting it in trade for doing some NIL work for a company, for Mercedes-Benz there in Gainesville.
So Coach Saban's set him up, huh?
hey, he's not coach anymore. He'll take that green stuff. He likes it. Hey, talk about that.
And for Conrad Moon, you get better insurance in Gainesville for those players.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing I sent you about the competition versus Georgia?
the toughest one, the county sheriff's department or something. That was pretty good. Hey, really though, you talking about NIL? It seems like Florida's starting to see. I don't know this for a fact, but this kind of seems like they're doing better with NIL deals. Are they starting to match the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Texases, Ohio State with NIL?
I don't think they're there yet, but I think they're real close. They're getting closer. Let me put it that way. Nobody's doing more with NIL in the nation than Florida if you look across all sports. But football's been lagging behind. Again, for those that don't know, I mentioned this a few weeks ago, Florida has 500 NIL deals with athletes. No school in the country is even close. Texas is number 2 with 400. So that's a lot of NIL deals, but Florida doesn't put they put an emphasis on football, but they don't put as much in football, obviously, as some other folks do. So I think it's getting better, Coach. I think you're seeing a whole lot better news there. I mean, you look at the last 3 weeks, you've gotten, and granted, they're legacies, but you've gotten wide receiver Vernell Brown III, who's the number 35 among all players in the 24/7 rankings. And you just got Ben Hanks a few days ago, Ben Hanks Jr., who was 81 in the 24/7 Sports All Players rankings. He's a corner out of Miami. So that's 2 big pickups for the Gators in recruiting, and they desperately really needed it.
Yeah, I was listening to you talk about NIL and emphasis on football. I believe the athletic director better get his emphasis on football if he wants to stay there much longer. I really believe that. I mean, you cannot have 4 losing seasons in a row at the university. That's a joke. Something's wrong. All right, let's get into. I wanted to ask you this, and I asked you this again. I'm kind of repeating myself, but we've been in now almost 2 weeks, getting ready to jump on the Miami game plan starting Thursday, like you pointed out. What do you think so far, hearing everything, what's Florida's strengths going to be? Is it going to be defense, offense, the kicking game? Where do you think, what is this team going to be? What's the strength of this football team?
The strength of this football team right now is the running back room, and that's with Montrell Johnson scheduled to come back. You got Johnson, Trayon Webb, Jacoby Jackson has been turning a lot of heads. This is a kid out of Pensacola Catholic who went JUCO. He's 5'10", 220, and he has been looking really good at practice. I mean, he's turning heads. Jaden Baugh is back, the freshman from Decatur, Georgia, who's 6'2", 237. he turned a lot of heads in the spring, guys. If you remember, Cole Kublik saw him and said, "Oh my gosh, who is that kid?" And so he's back. Of course, they got Caden Daniels from West Point, Mississippi, a freshman who's looked awfully good. So I think the running back room is the strength of the team. I think they have more depth, particularly on the defensive line, than they've had in a long time. You go to the transfer portal.
That's a good thing.
That's a great thing for them. It really is. I counted 14 returning players on the defensive line. That hasn't happened at Florida, and it's needed to happen. So I think that's a big plus for them. Safety's certainly looking better with Asa Turner back there, and Jordan Castell's playing really well.
Hey, Mark.
Kid who's a freshman All-American.
Can you hold your thoughts right there? We'll come back and finish. We got to take a break real quick. We got Mark McLeod with us. We'll come back and finish up with a Gator update. I appreciate Taco Bell. We've got 3 great locations on Panama City Beach. Out in Callaway, all you Rutherford Rams, get out there. They support the Rams big time, and especially down in Port St. Joe. Tiger Sharks, they sponsor the Tiger Shark update every Friday morning at 7 o'clock. Coach Jones will be on here with us this Friday. Looking forward to that. So thank you, Taco Bell. Thank you, Paparazzi. Turpro Pest Control. Pat every Monday, 8:30 right here with us. Russ down at David Adams Fine Jewelry. Appreciate him. Beef O'Brady's. Appreciate those guys. Newbies. Dr. Ward, Max Fit Sports Nutrition, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, J. Michael's Restaurant, Stevenson Air Conditioning, South Oak Tire Closing, and I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Atlanta Braves baseball.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
The male version of the record belongs to American Brian Thompson, whose tongue measures 3.49 inches wide.
You're playing tall, isn't it?
Gotta have a big mouth if you're gonna have a big tongue, I would think.
That's your birthday present there, Jay.
Just gotta get out to Texas, that's all. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Wednesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 91 with a gentle breeze coming out of the west-southwest around 9 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 76. Tomorrow, mostly sunny in the morning followed by sprinkles and a high around 90. For Friday, possible thunderstorms and a high of 89. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take control of your adventure and discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Whether you're traveling on the highways or off-road, you'll do it with grace and grit. Now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or a new 2024 Kia Sportage. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. The road is yours in an all-new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento or 2024 Kia Sportage with $2,165 per 1,000 financed at 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 9/3/24.
When he played football, helmets had not been invented yet. Players played both sides, and quarterbacks weren't afraid of needles. It's the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod with us this morning. I really like what you said about the strength being the defensive line. That's one of the hardest positions you can get in college football. Identifying them, get them signed, get them developed. It all starts up front on the defense side of the ball, putting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run. If you can do those two things, you're going to have a pretty good defensive football team. It makes it so much better for the secondary. Talk about, Mark, real quick, I was listening to you, but I want you to go back to talk about the secondary. They had a pick six in the scrimmage. How good are the DBs going to be this year? What do you think?
The pick six was by a defensive lineman.
Oh, was it really? Oh, my God. They are good.
Yeah, Napier described it. I put it in the podcast. I put the audio from Napier in the podcast because Tyreek Sapp, who's been around a while. He's been around 5 years at Florida. Really an undersized defensive end at 6'2", but he is 272. Very athletic, very strong. He was on a play where Jack Pyburn, who's a defensive end who they lost last year to a torn ACL, got up in the air, batted the ball up. Sapp caught it, and Sapp ran 70 yards to the end zone. Just got in there and then scored barely, but he was hawked down by Jaden Ball, according to Coach Napier. But he said the defensive celebration was insane. It was really funny based on what some of the comments that we've heard. So, yeah, they got that. But you look at that secondary. I mean, again, if you can get pressure on the quarterback, which Florida did not do last year, and very well at all outside of Prince William Yellen, who's at Ole Miss right now. But Jordan Castell is a freshman All-SEC guy, All-American, freshman All-American on one publication, ESPN. And then you have Asa Turner you bring in from the Washington Huskies, who had 23 starts at Washington. He's your other safety. You've got DJ Douglas coming in, who's played in 37 games at Tulane. Of course, started his career at Alabama. And then at the star position, you have Sharif Benson back. You have Aaron Gates, who they love, but they just can't get him healthy and get him on the field. But he's incredibly athletic and very fast. Big kid at 6 foot, 200 pounds, playing the star position. And at corner, they got Jason Marshall back, who they feel like has reinvented himself, if you will. A senior from Miami Palmetto, of course, we all know was a 5-star kid coming out, but has really had his struggles. Started to come on late in the year last year. Devin Moore's back at corner. Another kid out of Naples. They've got to get healthy. They got the Bridges kid from Oregon. He had 16 starts with the Oregon Ducks, 93 tackles and 4 interceptions over the past couple of years for Oregon. So they've got some talent there. Jakeem Jackson's back. Jameer Grimsley, a kid out of Tampa Catholic who went to Alabama last year. Committed to the Tide and came on over to Florida. So they've got some talent there. They just got to put it all together. And, the other part of that, and I know Coach Manley will agree, special teams. Special teams for Florida. Coach Napier talked about the fact that they've got to do a better job with the return game. At Florida, last year, the return game really didn't get going until you had the kid who ended up with the 49ers. He was the guy that really kind of turned it around for you, and now he's gone. So they've got about 4 or 5 kids who have speed. 2 of them have elite speed, and they're hoping that can translate into some good work for the Gators setting up the offense.
Yeah, I want to ask you this. We look at the schedule, and I first saw it, kind of freaked out about it. Then if you go back and you really look at it, Dan Mullen, he always had a tough schedule too. I remember. They played one year. They had FSU, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, LSU. I mean, Florida's always played a tough schedule. It's just the last 5. The last 5 are just, the last 5 are crazy though.
Not like this. Yeah, nothing's been. I've seen some national writers actually in the last couple of weeks say. One of them came out and said he's never seen a schedule like Florida's, and especially the last 5 games.
It's the last 5 that just blows your mind. That's the difference.
Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and Florida State back to back, and
they're all ranked. Every one of them are ranked. It's crazy.
Right. And you have no break. You have no break. That's because your bye week is before the Georgia game. And remember, guys, this isn't just this year. This is next year.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same thing next year. The SEC just said, let's just go ahead, which, in my opinion, the SEC needs to, they should have come in and said, okay, Florida, here's what you're going to do. In 26, they need to come to Florida and say, here's what you got. You're supposed to play Mississippi State twice. We'll play South Carolina, and then we'll play Vanderbilt 3 times to make up for the schedule you guys have had to play in 24 and 25.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, though. I look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma and Florida, to me, have the 2 toughest teams and the 2 toughest schedules in the country. The only thing about Oklahoma, you don't have a FSU on there. But they got Tennessee, Auburn, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, all back-to-back. Then they got, I think, some cupcake, Missouri, Alabama, and LSU. I mean, they got a brutal schedule, too. Yeah, I don't think they did any favors for Oklahoma or Florida.
No, they certainly didn't. And, again, it's just murderer's row in Gainesville here at the end. And you know, you've got Georgia and Jacksonville, Texas on the road, Florida State on the road. So you've got just 2 of those 5 games in Gainesville. LSU, which LSU's got a tough game before they play Florida. But Ole Miss, I don't believe Ole Miss does. So
Ole Miss got their schedule, and Missouri and Ole Miss had the easiest schedules in the SEC, kind of like Florida had last year. Florida had, I think, a real simple schedule last year, considering you're in the SEC. Hey, I was looking at it. They have predicting the most watched games of 2024. They did the top 10 at number 9, week 1, August 31st, Miami at Florida, 2:30 kickoff Central Time in that heat. And they have Miami beating the Florida Gators 29-27. Cristobal, which I enjoy looking at their stuff. Cristobal has Florida Gators losing to Miami in week 1 of the season. They even have a score predicted by somebody else. Man, I like looking at all that stuff and keeping everybody's opinion. CBS has got theirs. I kind of go back sometimes. I get bored and I look and see who did the best job of predicting this stuff. But we will see, because it's getting closer and closer. I cannot wait, man.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to do Miami preview. You know, they've done a great job in the transfer portal. They really closed strong those last 3 weeks, and you know, they're good. They're doing a good job recruiting it. But look, Cristobal has the same issues that Billy Napier has on the field. You know, you got to know when to take a knee, guys. I mean,
right.
Some of the same mental lapses have happened to Miami and Oregon, if you go back to his days at Oregon, and that we've seen in Gainesville with Billy Napier. And both these coaches have a lot of work to do. Miami does not have a tough schedule by any stretch of the imagination, and they should have a great year. I think that's why Phil Steele picked Miami, Florida State, and Clemson all to finish first in a 3-way tie in the ACC.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because we're getting ready to have the game this Saturday, 11 o'clock our time, 12 o'clock Eastern time. FSU, Georgia Tech, Cristobal. One of these publications have FSU going 11-1, but have them losing week 1 to Georgia Tech. I like the coach at Georgia Tech. I like their quarterback. I don't think FSU blows them out. I do think it's a competitive football game. What do you think is going to happen this Saturday morning at FSU and Georgia Tech?
Well, you know, I want to see what DJ does at quarterback for FSU. You know, I mean, until I see it, I'm not sold on it.
Yeah.
But I think FSU's awfully good. I mean, they should have a fantastic year. I think every poll I've seen has them in the college football playoff. I think everyone I've seen anyway. Yeah. And, you know, he's just got that team ready. I think Georgia Tech is coming back, guys. They're really good. I think they're doing some good things in Atlanta, but I don't think they're quite ready to take on FSU yet.
Cannot wait, man. We're getting closer and closer. Mark, how can we watch your podcast? How do we do it?
Okay, just go to Ed McLeod Live. Certainly you can find it by Googling the Gator Blitz. And that's the latest podcast. Did nearly 40 minutes yesterday, and we got plenty of audio from Coach Napier, and today we'll have audio from some players and Coach Napier. All
right, Mark. We'll talk to you next. Hey, you feeling good?
Great. Outstanding.
Good
Ready
job.
to go.
You going to be at the first game in Gainesville?
Yeah, they sent me the credential stuff this morning, and we're good to go. And talking to one of the guys in Jacksonville, does television. We're going to ride over together, and we're looking forward to it. We're going to go at 10 in the morning. We're just all jacked up, ready to go.
All right. Well, listen, the big game this weekend for us is Arnold and Bay. So who do you predict on that?
Just say Arnold.
Give me Bay.
Oh,
give me Bay.
God. You're getting in with Conrad and Glenn. I get it. I understand it. Unbelievable. Hey, man, you have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. Yep. Thank you, Mark.
See you.
Thanks, guys. Good to talk to you.
Hey, thank you guys for turning in. Appreciate it. Really do appreciate that. Appreciate the coaches coming on. Tomorrow morning is Mosley right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod, the Auburn Tigers. We'll see you later.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. Steelers. Good God, are they awful offensively again? So, listen, if Belichick can get fired, if Andy Reid can get fired, and Pete Carroll can get fired, I know he got an extension, but we can be critical of Mike Tomlin.